Welcome to the Shining Stars Wax Museum presentations. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. We hope you enjoy. In 1860, a shooting legend was born. That's me. The name I was given was Phoebe Ann Moses. Y'all know me as Annie Oakley. I was born into a very poor family on August 13th, 1860 in Ohio. My father died of pneumonia, and I had to disobey my mother and learn to use my father's gun to feed my family. This is when my love of shooting began. When I got older, I started to earn money using my shooting skills. I even started winning competitions. I also won Frank Butler's heart when I was only 15. We were married in 1876. Frank and I toured for many years all over the world with Bill's Wild West show. After our train crashed in 1901, we left the show. I continued to perform for charity shows, usually for the Red Cross. I also gave free shooting lessons to women. I taught 15,000 women to shoot. Sadly, I died November 3rd, 1926. Frank and Harry Houdini died the same year. Something I've always said was, aim at a high mark and you'll hit it. The eagle has landed. I am Neil Armstrong and I led an extraordinary life. I was born on August 5th, 1930 in Wapakoneta, Ohio. As a boy, I liked to build model airplanes, and I learned how to fly planes when I was in high school. I went to college and became an aeronautical engineer. This means I studied how to make planes. After college, I became a Navy pilot. I served in the Korean War. In the Navy, I trained to fly much faster and much more difficult jet planes than I was used to. I flew 78 missions over enemy territory. On my first journey into space, I was the commander of Gemini 8. One of the thrusters broke and I had to return to Earth. On July 20th, 1969, I became the first man to walk on the moon. I famously said, that's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. I died on August 25th, 2012, at 82 years old. I am an American hero. I remember like it was yesterday. It was 1995 and we were playing the Cleveland Indians. We were in the bottom of the ninth and I was pitching for the Atlanta Braves. The third and last out came when I was pitching and a pop fly got hit to Chipper Jones. And that was it. We finally won the World Series. Hi, I'm Greg Maggs and most people call me one of the best pitchers of all time. I may not have been the biggest or fastest pitcher in the league, but I knew how to outthink the batters. They even called me Mr. Consistency. I was born in San Angelo, Texas, 1966. Growing up, my dad loved baseball and taught me the game. I got my first major league start in 1986 playing for the Chicago Cubs. I was only 20 and the youngest player in the whole league. I moved to the Atlanta Braves in 1995 and played for several teams after that. I was grateful to have won 4 Cy Young Awards in a row. Those are for the best pitcher. 18 Golden Glove Awards, I played in 8 All-Star games and won 1 World Series. I always said, you never want to put yourself ahead of the team. I was humble and worked hard to be the best, even if I wasn't having my best day on the pitcher's mound. And that is the most important thing to remember in baseball and in life. I would say, I'd rather try and not win than not try at all. Now who wants an autograph? I am Alexander. I was the greatest conqueror of the ancient world and the youngest person to create an empire.
I was born in 356 BC in Macedonia, a region north of Greece. My teacher was Aristotle, one of the greatest thinkers of the ancient world. I led an army of Greeks and Macedonians to conquer the huge empire of Persia. My army reached as far as India. I became very powerful and I let that power change me, even kill a close friend. Who dared to question me? My army refused to go any further and forced me to turn back. I died suddenly in 323 BC at the age of 32. In my short life, I helped spread Greek culture and ideas to the world. Few people have changed history as I have, which is why I'm still called the Great.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. Please stand for the Honorable Justice Ginsburg. I dissent. You may be seated. My name is Ruth Ginsburg. Some people call me RPG. I was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1933. My sister died when I was 6. My mom died the day before I graduated high school. In 1954, I married my love, Marty, and our daughter, Jane, was born in 1955. When I was pregnant, my boss fired me just because I was having a baby. This made me angry, and I wanted to study law so I could make things equal for women. I studied law at Harvard and then at Columbia. In 1972, I co-founded the Women's Right Project and argued my first case in front of the Supreme Court the following year. I always fought for gender equality, where equal means the same, and that the law of our country should fulfill its promises of equality. On August 10, 1983, I was sworn in as the judge of the U.S. Supreme Court. I was nominated by President Bill Clinton and served on the Supreme Court for almost 28 years before I died from cancer on September 18, 2020. I used to wear different colors if I agreed or not. When I would speak to students and young workers, I would encourage them to think of others who might need some help in life. I said, helping others would make their lives more meaningful and they would help their communities. I always believed that women belonged in all places where decisions were being made, and you should fight for the things you care about in life, but do so in a way that inspires others to follow. Do me proud. May God bless this United States of America, the Supreme Court of Justice, and may God bless you. Court is adjourned.
Bonjour, my name is Gabrielle Chanel, and I'm one of the most influential fashion designers of all times. I was born August 19, 1883 in Saumur, France. My mother died when I was only 11 years old. My father sent me to an orphanage. At my school, I was taught how to sew and embroider by the nuns. While other children played with toys, I was busy sewing clothes for my dolls. I love creating. After school, I became a seamstress. I sewed during the day and I sang at night. I earned the nickname Coco during my singing days. In 1908, I became a hat maker and opened my very first store. I soon opened more stores and started making clothes as well. My designs were simple and comfortable, not tight or uncomfortable. I opened my first couture house in 1918. I introduced the little black dress that took the world by storm. Women all around the world wanted to dress in my designs. I freed women from their tight corsets and changed women's fashion forever. After the success of the little black dress, I introduced my first perfume, Chanel No. 5. The number 5 represents my lucky number. Chanel became a well-known brand, and I dressed many famous people, including actresses and members of the European aristocracy. Jacqueline Kennedy also wore many of my designs during her husband's presidency. I was forced to close my stores during the Second World War, but they were able to reopen in 1954. I died at the Ritz Hotel in Paris. I became a fashion icon, and my brand is still renowned today. We have over 310 stores all around the world, so next time you see one, make sure to pop in and say hello.
I am Jenny Finn, softball superstar and Olympic gold medalist. I was born on September 3rd, 1980 in California. When I was a young girl, I began my journey to becoming a professional athlete. At the age of 9, I started playing competitive softball and never looked back. Along the way, I faced some coaches that didn't believe in me. I used my determination to work hard, which has helped me become the athlete and role model I am today. I played softball for the University of Arizona. I hold the NCAA record of 60 straight wins. I would practice 4 to 5 hours on the field and then spend another 2 hours working in the weight room. Even though it was a hard schedule, nothing made me happier than being a part of the team and leading them to success. After college, I played for the Olympic team in the 2004 Athens Olympics. I was the starting pitcher in the first game. We played Australia in the championship game and won the gold medal. I dreamt of this ever since I was a young girl. Hearing our national anthem while having the gold medal placed around my neck is one of my best memories. After that, so many opportunities came my way. I was the first woman to host This Week in Baseball. I had the chance to meet so many of my own role models. I quickly became the face of women's softball. Softball is not a well-known sport, and I was honored to have the chance to help it become more recognized. After the Olympics, I started training for the Chicago Bandits, a professional softball team. I played professional softball from 2004 to 2010. I was a team member on the All-Star team where we won the World Cup in 2006, 2007, 2009, and 2010. Today, I no longer play professional softball, but I am a member of In Play Foundation. In Play helps to fight childhood obesity. I will always continue to advocate and be a role model for softball and women's sports for the rest of my life.
I revolutionized our world by starting a company that is now worth $3 trillion. Fun fact. I own the most of Disney for a single person. 7% of Disney. Wow. I was born on the 24th of February, 1955. My dad was a mechanic. He inspired me. I made the iPhone, iPod, and iMac. These are some of the problems I've faced in my lifetime. I died to cancer in 2011. I also had trouble making my computers affordable. I changed the world's electronics, and my impact will be felt for decades. Fun fact, my favorite food was fruit, and I thought the apple was the best. So I named Apple because I love apples. Fun fact, I slept on a school floor for a while, and I did not finish college.
Can you guess who I am? I will give you a clue. I am the world's leading expert on chimpanzees, Jane Goodall. I was born April 3rd, 1934 in London, England. When I was 1 year old, my father gave me a stuffed chimp named Jubilee, just like the new chimp born at the London Zoo. In 1956, I got a letter from an old friend, Chloe. Chloe said her family got a house in Kenya, Africa. Chloe asked if I wanted to visit. I said yes. That letter just changed my life. When I was 23, I sailed to Africa to see my friend Chloe. When I arrived, I knew I could only stay for a few weeks, so I got a job with a famous anthropologist, or someone that studies human history. In 1960, when I was 26, I started my own research on chimpanzees. Later, when I was 43, I started the Jane Goodall Institute. This is a program to help people learn about protecting the forest and all animals. One of my greatest challenges was being told I was just a girl and I could not become a famous scientist. I did what I believed in and worked hard and proved I am not just a girl. It all started with a stuffy named Jubilee that is sitting on my dresser to this day.
Everyone liked my speech, so I ran for president. I became the 16th president of the United States. 7 southern states didn't like that I was elected, so they seceded from the Union. This started the Civil War. After many battles, I signed the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing all the slaves. However, today I'm needed to give a speech at the dedication of the Gettysburg Cemetery, where we fought a terrible battle. I believe this will be my most important speech. People must understand that a government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. So again, thank you for visiting with me today, but I have to get going as I am still working on my Gettysburg address. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth from this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are free.
My name is Simone File, and I am a gold-winning Olympic gymnast. I was born on March 14, 1997 in Columbus, Ohio. When I was 6 years old, I went on a field trip to a gymnastics center. I loved it.
I watched the gymnasts and tried to do their flips and backflips. A coach saw me and thought I was good. I started gymnastics, and within 3 years, I became a level 9 gymnast. Some of the challenges I faced were that I had ADHD and couldn't concentrate on my schoolwork, and I had to take medication. My mom was unable to take care of me. I was put in foster care, and I was adopted by my grandparents. In 2016, I competed in the Olympics and won 4 gold medals, which set a new Olympic record. I spoke to kids around the country about healthy living. I helped raise money for the Special Olympics, an event with athletes with intellectual disabilities. I also wrote a book about my life because I wanted my story to inspire others to follow their dreams. I'm winning across the world.
Good morning, everyone. I am Billie Jean King, and I champion equality. I was born in 1943 in Long Beach, California. In 1966, I won my first singles title at Wimbledon. From 1966 to 1974, I was ranked #1 in women's tennis. I learned that men were being paid more than women in tennis. I worked to change that. Later, a man named Bobby Riggs read about me and wanted to beat me at tennis. We played a tough match, but I won. I showed the girls can play just as well as boys. I spoke at Congress to make sure girls sports got the same amount of money as boys sports. I helped establish World Team Tennis where men and women played on the same team. I spend my life fighting for equality. I encourage you to be bold and don't be afraid to hit the ball.
Hi, I'm Katie Ledecky. I was born on March 17, 1997 in Washington, D.C. I am a famous swimmer who won multiple gold medals. In 2016, Time magazine named me one of the 100 most influential people in the world. I work out 6 days a week and swim about 4 miles in 90 minutes. I have also made history with 6 Olympic gold medals and 14 world titles. A funny fact about me is that I love chocolate milk, and I drink it after my morning swim. I also enjoy eating an omelet with bacon, cheese, and tomatoes. I will leave you with my famous quote. Don't sell yourself short. You are more capable than you think.
Guess what?
What?
I'm the richest person in the world. My name is Elon Musk. My 52nd birthday's coming up. I was born in South Africa, but now I live in Texas. I invented PayPal, online payment system, SpaceX, reusable rockets, and Tesla electric cars. My inventions help the environment. I did this despite my baby time and being bullied. But wait until you see what I invent next.
Good morning. My name is Amelia Everhart. I was born in Atchison, Kansas, July 24th, 1897. I was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic. Before that, I went to a flying show. When I saw the marvelous sight, I just knew I was going to be a pilot. So, to raise money, I worked as a nurse in World War I. When it was over, I had raised enough money. Then I got tested to be a pilot. I made it. Anytime you see a woman pilot, it's not me, but it's someone who has a heart that is ready for anything.
basketball players of all time. I didn't start good at basketball. I couldn't even jump over a pencil. I am Shaquille O'Neal. I was born on March 6, 1972 in New Jersey. As a child, I moved often for my stepfather's job in the Army. When I was in high school, I moved back to the United States. I didn't play basketball until I was a junior in high school and 16 years old. I was athletic and powerful, but I still couldn't dunk the ball. My high school coach worked with me to make me stronger and a better dunker. During my senior year, I led the team to the Texas State Final Championship. This was the school's very first championship. I went to play basketball in college at Louisiana State University. My team was called the Tigers, just like yours. I played very well and got good grades. Newspapers started calling me the greatest center on the whole planet, so I decided to enter the NBA draft instead of finishing college. I knew I was ready to become a professional basketball player. I was the very first player drafted in the 1992 NBA draft. I was drafted by our home team, the Orlando Magic, my friend Quinn's favorite team. I was the best center in the league. I won 4 national championships and played in the NBA for 19 years. I'm one of the top 10 highest players in the history of the NBA. After I retired from the NBA, I kept a promise to my mom and went back to college. I earned a doctorate. You can call me Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. You've probably seen some of my movies or played some of my video games. You can see me on TV talking about basketball during games on TNT. I am a true champion.
Parents, thank you so very much for coming. We want to thank you for all the help you've given us. We're having a celebration for Wax Museum Day. Please come join us at the Cup Cafe. Thank you.